Salim, Leila and Ali were the best of friends. They lived in a village nestled at the edge of the Whispering Woods. The woods were said to be magical, filled with wondrous creatures and secret pathways. One sunny morning, curiosity got the better of them. They decided to venture into the woods, their hearts thumping with excitement.
The sun peeked through the canopy, painting playful patterns on the forest floor. Strange and beautiful flowers lined their path, their petals shimmering with dew.
As we walked deeper, the air grew cooler, the sunlight fading into a soft green twilight. The trees whispered secrets in the breeze, their voices a low murmur that sent shivers down our spines.
There was a sense of magic in the air, a feeling that anything could happen. They came across a babbling brook, its water sparkling like 1,000 diamonds. A weathered signpost stood beside the brook, its paint faded but its message clear: to the Tree of Wishes.
Legend had it that the Tree of Wishes could grant any desire, but only to those who proved themselves worthy.
Salim, Leila and Ali exchanged excited glances. This was the adventure they had been waiting for. Their path led them deeper into the woods, the trees growing taller and denser. The air grew heavy with the scent of pine needles and damp earth. The sunlight struggled to penetrate the thick canopy, casting long, eerie shadows that danced around them.
Soon we arrived at a deep chasm, its sides plunging into darkness. A rickety rope bridge stretched across the abyss, swaying precariously in the wind.
This was the Valley of Shadows, a place whispered about in hushed tones by the villagers. The bridge groaned under the slightest breeze, its ropes frayed and worn. The chasm below was shrouded in mist, hiding its depths from view. A cold wind whistled through the valley, carrying with it an eerie silence that sent chills down their spines.
It looks dangerous.
We can do it.
Ali, usually the bravest of the three, felt a shiver run down his spine. The bridge swayed ominously, as if daring them to cross. The friends knew they had to cross the bridge. It was the only way forward. Taking a deep breath, Salim stepped onto the bridge. It swayed beneath his weight, the ropes creaking in protest. He held his breath, his heart pounding in his chest. Each step was a leap of faith, a test of his courage.
I followed closely behind, my hand gripping Salim's tightly. I kept my eyes fixed on his back, afraid to look down at the swirling mist below.
The bridge swayed and groaned, seeming to conspire with their fear. Ali, bringing up the rear, offered words of encouragement.
We're almost there.
His voice was barely a whisper above the wind. His hand reached out, finding Leila's in the darkness, their fingers intertwined, a lifeline of support. Step by step, they moved forward, their fear giving way to a quiet determination.
Hold on.
As they neared the other side, a particularly strong gust of wind hit the bridge, causing it to swing wildly. Leila gasped, her grip tightening on Salim's hand. They clung to each other, their combined weight anchoring them to the bridge. The wind subsided as quickly as it had risen, leaving them shaken but safe. Having conquered the bridge, the friends emerged into a clearing bathed in dappled sunlight. Relief washed over them, followed by a surge of triumph. But their moment of respite was short-lived.
What was that?
A low growl, deep and guttural, echoed through the clearing. In front of them stood a creature unlike any they had ever seen. It was a hulking beast, covered in thick fur, with eyes that glowed like hot coals. Its claws, sharp as daggers, scraped against the forest floor. This was the guardian of the woods, a creature of legend, feared for its ferocity.
It's the Guardian!
Salim, Leila and Ali froze, their blood turning to ice in their veins. The beast lowered its head, sniffing the air. It had caught their scent. A low growl rumbled in its chest, a sound that vibrated through the clearing. It pawed the ground, sending up a shower of dirt and leaves. This was a challenge, a test of their courage. They had faced their fear on the bridge, but this was different. This was a fight they could not win with strength alone. The beast's growl echoed through the clearing, shaking the very air they breathed. Terror threatened to overwhelm them. But then, Leila remembered something her grandmother used to say.
Even the fiercest beast has a heart.
She had an idea, a risky one, but perhaps it was their only chance. Taking a deep breath, she stepped forward.
We mean you no harm, great guardian.
Leila said, her voice surprisingly steady. The beast paused, its fiery eyes fixing on her.
We seek only to pass through this forest to reach the Tree of Wishes.
The beast snorted, a plume of smoke erupting from its nostrils. It didn't understand her words, but it sensed her lack of malice. Leila reached for the flute tucked into her belt, a gift from her grandfather. She began to play a simple melody, a lullaby her grandmother used to sing. The tune was filled with a gentle magic, a soothing balm against the beast's fury. As the notes filled the air, a strange thing happened. The beast's fiery gaze softened, its growls subsided into low rumbles. The melody flowed from Leila's flute, weaving a spell of peace and tranquility. The beast swayed slightly, mesmerized by the music. It closed its eyes, the fierce glow dimming to a soft ember. Leila continued to play, her heart filled with a cautious hope. Their courage was not in fighting, but in understanding. They had faced the Guardian's fury not with weapons, but with music, turning fear into harmony. With the Guardian pacified, the friends continued their journey, their hearts lighter than ever. The forest path, once shrouded in fear, now seemed to welcome them. Sunlight dappled through the leaves, painting shifting patterns on the forest floor. The air hummed with the sound of unseen creatures, their songs no longer menacing, but filled with a strange beauty. But their journey was far from over. They arrived at a clearing where the path seemed to disappear into a maze of towering hedges. This was the Labyrinth of Whispers, a place where paths shifted and changed, trapping the unwary. The hedges were taller than a man, their leaves thick and impenetrable. They twisted and turned, creating an intricate puzzle that seemed impossible to solve.
This place, it's like a living puzzle.
A soft breeze rustled the leaves, whispering secrets in a language they couldn't understand. The air crackled with an unseen energy, hinting at the magic that held the maze captive. Each turn seemed to lead them further into the labyrinth's heart, but never closer to its exit. The sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows that stretched and danced, adding to the disorientation. Despair threatened to engulf them. They were lost, trapped in a maze that seemed to have a life of its own.
We're never going to find our way out.
Salim kicked at the base of a hedge in frustration, the sound echoing hollowly in the stillness. Leila leaned against a towering wall of leaves, her brow furrowed in thought.
There has to be a way out, a solution hidden in plain sight.
As the last rays of sunlight faded, plunging the maze into deeper shadow, despair threatened to overwhelm them.
We'll never get out of here.
Salim muttered, his voice laced with frustration. Leila, ever resourceful, refused to give up hope.
There has to be a way.
She insisted, her gaze scanning the maze walls. She noticed something peculiar. Scattered amongst the leaves, almost invisible to the naked eye, were tiny shimmering stones. They glittered faintly in the fading light, like stars fallen to earth. She traced the pattern of the stones with her fingers, a sudden realization dawning on her.
Look, the stars, they form a map.
She exclaimed, her voice filled with excitement. Ali, his sharp eyes adjusting to the dim light, saw it too.
You're right, Leila.
He exclaimed, his voice filled with newfound hope. The stones, arranged in a specific pattern, mirrored the constellations in the night sky. They had spent countless nights gazing at the stars from their village, memorizing their patterns. This wasn't just a maze, it was a celestial map, a secret language whispered by the forest itself. Following the celestial map, they navigated the twisting pathways with renewed confidence. Each turn brought them closer to the heart of the maze, closer to their goal. The maze, once a symbol of fear and confusion, now revealed its secrets to them. They had used their knowledge, their understanding of the night sky, to unlock the labyrinth's heart. The stars, their constant companions, had guided them through the darkness.